Hello guys, welcome to another video on the inverse of a matrix, and today we're going to be looking at the homework task from the last video. And you guys know the drill, you know how to find the inverse of a matrix, and I hope that at least some of you have already found it and you have the answer. So if you're here to verify, you can just scroll to the end of the video, pat yourself on the back, or if you see that there's some mistakes, well, just go back and let's walk through it. So the first thing we're going to find is the determinant of matrix B. And that we have to find so that we know if it even makes sense to look for the inverse of a matrix. Now, let's write again our matrix B. Or actually, I am a little lazy, so I'll just erase those parentheses. I'll make it look like it's the determinant. So, ta-da, determinant of B. And we're going to use the first column, obviously, since there's a 0 in it and it makes our life much easier. So we'll go ahead and start by writing every element, every term from the first column and its corresponding coefficient. We have a bunch of negative numbers in here, so just got to be careful with those. Now we have -0, and the coefficient to that is 1, 2, -9, -5, plus 6, and its coefficient, if we cross out the first column and the third row, it's 1, 2, 7, and 3. All right, now let's calculate that, see what we get. So -4 multiplied by -35 minus -27 or plus 27 minus 0 multiplied by -5 times 18. And you might be asking, oh, no, wait, it's -5 minus 18. You might be asking, why would it make sense to, even look at this since, wrong again, it's plus 18. Since it's just 0 and multiplied by the determinant is going to be still 0, we will need this later. We still need the coefficient for the coefficient matrix. We'll get to it in just a second. If we will, depends on what the determinant is, as long as it's not 0. So wait, let me check if I did that right. So -5 plus 18. All right. Now plus 6 multiplied by 3 minus 14. Let's see what that gives us. So what we have is -4 multiplied by -8. And minus 0 multiplied by 13 plus 6 multiplied by -11. And that gives us 32 minus 0 plus 66. Let me see if I did that right. Well, -66 or minus 66. See, those negatives, they always get in the way, and it's so easy to make a dumb mistake, and it's going to cost you the answer to your problem. And you really don't want to make those mistakes when you put so much effort into calculations. So what we get is -34. And that's not 0. So congratulations. We are going to find the inverse of this matrix. Let's go ahead and do that. And if you remember the formula, the inverse of a matrix, I'll just give you a refresher. It's 1 over the determinant of B in this case. Just to make it look nice. 1 over the determinant of B multiplied by the transpose of a coefficient matrix of B. And we have the determinant now. We have to find the coefficients and get the transpose of the coefficient matrix. So the coefficient matrix, and it's going to be a 3 by 3 matrix, just like our original matrix B. And we already know the coefficients for the first column, and they are. Just trying to be very careful, so I don't want to make any silly mistake. So it's -8, and the second one was 13. However, mind you, this still needs to be multiplied by the symbol matrix. So that should give us -13 because it's plus, minus, and then it's plus. So the last number stays the same, and it's equal to -11. All right, now let's find the rest of the coefficients. We'll start with the second column. And let's see, let's just make enough space here. I think that should be enough. Now we will call this the coefficient of first row, second column. So in the coefficient here, we cross off the first row and the second column. 0, 3, 6, -5. That's 0 minus 18, -18. And it's the second term in the first row, so it's plus and then it's minus, so it's just 18. Now C13, so the first row and the third column, that's 0, 7, 6, -9. 0 minus 42 equals -42. It's a positive term on our symbol matrix, so it remains a -42. Now C2 should be -4, 2, 6, -5. That gives us 20 minus 12, or 8. And it's a positive term. So the last one in this row should be C23, and that equals to negative determinant of -4, 1, 6, and -9. 4, 1, 6, and -9. Okay, so this gives us 36 minus 6. That equals to 30. However, this term is negative because it's minus plus minus, so it's -30. Now C3, 2 is the determinant of -4, 2, 0, and 3. -12 minus 0 equals -12. And it's a negative term, so we have simply 12. So the last coefficient finally, and that's -4, 1, 0, 7. -28 minus 0 equals -28. Congratulations, we found the coefficient matrix. Now, one thing I want to do here is make it look a little nicer because you can see that there's a lot of negative numbers, and we can essentially factor out -1 from this coefficient matrix before we find transpose, but we will do both simultaneously. So let's see, the transpose of the coefficient matrix is going to be -1. And remember, we flip the matrix, so, and simultaneously we factor out -1, -8, 28 here. So flipping the first row, we have 13 here, 11 here. Now we have -18 and 42 here. And we have 30 here and -12 over here. Yeah, so this looks about right. And the last thing we have to do is to write the full form of our inverse. And it's 1 over -34 multiplied by -1, so it's 1 over 34. And actually another thing is we can factor out 2. It's going to introduce just a few numbers that don't look that pretty, but I think the sacrifice is worth it. So let's do that. And if we factor out 2, it's going to be 1 over 17. And so the remaining coefficient matrix looks like this. It's 4, 6.5, 5.5, -9, -4, -6, 21, 15, 14. And voila, I'm not going to actually divide everything by 17. Just like I said last time, it's better to leave it in this form so it looks a bit more comprehensible and we don't introduce any more necessary fractions to the matrix. So there you have it. This is the final answer. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this and stay tuned for more videos.